Welcome to Attention Deficit Arts and Crafts. I am your host, Megan Amash. See the corner of the video for spelling. This is a YouTube channel where I embark on whatever creative project interests me in the moment and document the results on video. Today, I am working on my bullet journal, setting up for the first 2 weeks of December. I'm also experimenting with recording the voiceover at the same time as the video, since that seems to be more in line with how all the journaling YouTubers do it. So, here is my bullet journal. As you can see, this is version 2.0, and I have used it. Yeah, there's a reason I don't use dated journals or designate them to be some specific year. The nice thing about this sort of flexible journaling method is that I can just pick it up again whenever, and I don't need to get a new notebook each time. Although maybe I should, because this paper bleeds really badly. So I call this a bullet journal, and some of my previous attempts have in fact used the bullet journal method, but the most recent layouts I have been using are more of a health log, but more on that in a bit. For now, here is where my initial December spread will be. Here are some sticker sheets and a washi tape, both from Wilwa, not sponsored. And here is some Unipin fine liners, a Uniball Signo, and a blue Lyra Aqua Brush Duo, all of which I got at the Edinburgh Art Shop, also not sponsored. Here is a page in my art notebook of various ideas for lettering. Oh, and let's set out a candle as well for ambience. This is sea salt and driftwood, but I'm not actually going to light it because my monitor is like right there and fire seems like a bad idea. So I do a 2-page spread at the start of each month where the right side is the name of the month in big letters, and then a very pared down list of goals that I would like to achieve sometime during the month. On the left side will be a mood tracker, which is either 4 weeks long and fits right in this page, or it's 5 weeks long and then it runs over into the bottom third of this main page. So let's use this nice washi tape to delineate that. The mood tracker will be read horizontally like this, with the mood level along this side from low to high, and the days will be on this side, so from top to bottom. Here's my little icons for how I feel. I tend to mark each day as a line rather than a dot because I don't feel one way throughout a day, it changes. And for putting in the days of the week, I have this metal template that I got from Amazon as a set of 2. They're sort of bad and I don't really use them otherwise, but with the Lyra pen I can quickly put in all the weekdays and then write in the day numbers next to them. I've been using some kind of diary or appointment planner for most of my life. I figured out very early on that if I didn't write things down, I don't remember them. I used academic diaries a lot when I was in school and then in college, the kind that start in September. But since I graduated, I switched to yearly page-a-week pocket diaries, like this one. I use it to keep track of appointments and other reminders. As I mentioned, I tried to follow the bullet journal method earlier in this notebook. I think the main thing that tripped me up was that it was duplicating a lot of the stuff I already put in my pocket appointments diary. But another thing was that despite my best attempts, it just looked really ugly. So this time around, in addition to switching up the focus a bit and just giving myself time with the process, I'm also iterating on various decoration methods. Hence, all of this. I'm going to use more of the washi tape to decorate the headers, and that's the opening page done. So, here is my weekly spread. I divide each page vertically with my Koh-i-Noor Versatile with a 2B lead in it, and I get 8 columns, one for each day of the week, and then a week of summary. I have a little box here with room for 3 tasks that are the top priority that week. You can see in the current week it's to get this very video filmed because it's time sensitive. Now, first I'll put in these extremely cool and cute day stickers using these tweezers that we have for putting decals on miniatures and Gundam models. I'll put days of the week and then days of the month. As I mentioned, the way I've been using this notebook since the start of November is more of a health log. I have some chronic issues with my digestive system, and the top of each day column is where I keep track of my meals. Well, of the things that I eat during a day. Keeping myself fed is a bit tricky because sometimes I get so distracted I forget to eat, and then I'm too hungry to have the energy to decide on a meal and prepare it. So I grab some snacks, and then I'm no longer hungry and get distracted again. Writing down everything I eat has 2 main benefits. The first being that if my issues get worse, I can look back on what I ate recently and find the most likely culprit. And B, it makes me more conscious of what I eat. I know I snack a lot. From my previous stretches of food journaling, I figured out that if I just cut out all the snacks from my diet with no other changes, I would starve. But if I have to write down something like tea, biscuit X5, maybe I think twice and only grab 2 biscuits. Or maybe I grab an apple instead. Which brings me to my daily goal trackers, encouraging myself every day to eat some fruit or vegetable and have some light exercise or stretchies, so I can fill in a box and feel good about myself. The goals here are minimal and refresh every day so I don't get discouraged by breaking my streak. The 5 a day of each is very aspirational. Drawing these out for every day might seem a bit tedious, but it's actually pretty relaxing. Just putting in lines with the fine liner, one after another, making more new boxes that I get to fill in later. Also, it's good practice in using my fine liners for the next time I want to ink one of my drawings. That's another thing about switching between different hobbies. Sometimes it's not just the skills, but also the supplies that can carry over. I made some guidelines for these earlier with my .03 mechanical pencil and a ruler because this notebook is blank. I didn't want to get a new dotted journal notebook for this until I knew I was going to stick with it. If I can keep this going until January, then I'll switch over to a nice T-Fossil or something to celebrate. It'll be much less flimsy, all my cool markers will bleed straight through it, it'll be great. Now I write in the tracker names and decorate with the smaller end of the Lyra Duo. I've gotten into the habit of using this spirally swooshy thing for a partial border, but I could also put some snowflakes on there or something. The possibilities are endless. Let's do one final flip through. I ended up only doing one weekly, but the next one will just be more of the same. I've recorded a bunch of new voiceover now, but for the very end of the video, I'll send you back to the original recording. I made a new spread for my health tracker for the first week of next month, and I filmed the whole process, and I learned some new things, and I had fun doing it. So, what will we do next time? I don't know. Stay tuned.